Good morning, student. How are you all doing today? Well, that's good to hear. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. So, what day today? Yes. Good. That's today's Monday. So, what do you mean by Monday? Yes. So, it's Monday. So, it means it's Monday, fun day. All right. So, let's get our week started with full of fun in learning. Okay? All right. Now we're going to have a new lesson. We will learn about new vocabulary words and their synonyms through the help of our weekly activity. This week we will expose you to reading, writing, speaking, and listening. And at the end of this week, I want you to make your own unique short story with a moral lesson individually. And wait, okay? This is the best part. Are you all ready? Yes. Of course, I will award a prize for the best short story. Does it sound exciting? Yes, indeed. Okay, so we will have a different activity each day to help you to create your own story. But for today's activity, I will let you work with your partners. Alright? Okay. Alright, so before we begin, let me show you different characters and ask you to raise your hands if you know the answer. Okay? Good. Now. Yes, Andy? Snow White, that's right. What about the next one? Yes, Ariel. Yes, Ariel the mermaid, that's you. Yes, you are. Okay, well, thank you for all of your answer. Now, is anyone can recognize this character? Oh, okay. I noticed Mandy's hand there. Yes, Mandy. Yes, I think you knew it. Okay. Okay, so the title of this short story is The Goose Girl. So I'd like to share with you a short story of a goose girl to help you in developing your own unique short story and expanding your vocabulary. I have with me the first part copies of the short story that we were going to read today. Kindly get one and give it to your classmate. Is everyone has already the copy? Good. Before we start, let me give first who you are working with for today's activity. Alright, so we have Irene and Emily, Belle and Mandy, and Andy and Ariel. Now please be seated next to your partner. Okay, are we all good? Okay. Now I'll give you 5 minutes to read the story with your partner, and please take a look at the underlined words and think about the synonyms of these words. And we will discuss these words after. Also, after reading the first part of the story, please consider thinking about what will happen next. Alright? Do you have any questions so far? Good. You may begin. So would you please tell me what's the first underlined word? Yes, costly. So what is the synonym word for costly? Anyone? Yes, Ariel? Right, expensive. Is there any answer? Yes, Andy. Good, pricey. Mandy. Extravagant. Good. So this word costly is a noun, verb, adjective. Right, that's right. So costly is an adjective. So let us define. So it means expensive. Now, what about for our second word? Yes, Belle. Right, trinket. So is trinket as a noun? That's your. Okay, so it's a noun. And what is the synonyms for the word trinkets? Anyone? It's quite hard, isn't it? When we say trinket, it's like an ornament, or it's a small showy ornament or a piece of jewelry. This one. That's right. Yes, that's right. Let me put it here first. So we have trinket. Alright, so thank you everyone. Now let's discuss the story. Can anyone tell me how the queen felt when her daughter left at the beginning of the story? Yes, Mandy. That's right, yes. And the princess horse was called? Good, Falada. Is the horse can dance or can fly? The horse can speak. Ah, that's right. Okay, now what do you think will happen next? Yes, Irene. That's a good point. Okay. What about you, Andy? That sounds interesting. Okay, so I have with me the second part of the story. So I want you to get one and give it to your classmate. Okay, so I will give you 5 minutes to read the last part of the story with your partner. But this time, all the underlined words will be your assignment. But please look for 3 to 5 synonyms and which we will be discussed by tomorrow. Okay? Good. Are there any questions? Okay, you may begin. Alright, class. So do you have the same thought after reading the story? Yes? That's correct. Exactly. Now, what lesson you think this story is trying to imply to the reader? Anyone? Yes, Irene. Yes, that's good. Honesty, yes, and being true to oneself. That's true. Good one, thank you. Okay, so for today's activity, I want you to provide a more in-depth interpretation of the moral of the story. Collaborate with your partners on your ideas. You can connect your interpretation, for example, life as a student, in general. So this activity will assist you in developing your story and determining what lesson you want the readers to take away from it. So I will give you 15 minutes to work on this activity. Are there any questions? Clarification? Okay, so class, you may begin. Yes, Andy? You can start that way. Yes, that's good. Okay, so I'll give you 5 more minutes to polish and double check your grammars and words before presenting your answer in the class. Okay? Alright, so I think everyone is ready. Okay, so we're good. So I have with me 3 numbers that will determine who will be go first, second, and the last. So kindly pick here. Alright, that's good. There you go. Alright, so who will be the first one? Okay, it's Mandy and Belle. Second, we have Andy and Ariel. And of course, the last pair will be Emily and Irene. Okay. Now, let's begin with Belle and Mandy. Please stand up. Very nice interpretation. Thank you, Belle and Mandy. You may now take your seat. Okay, so let's hear this time Andy and Ariel. Well done, ladies. Please take your seat. And of course, the last but not least, Emily and Irene. Good job, ladies. Thank you. Please take your seat. I am very happy that you came up with such an excellent interpretation. I just want to highlight a few of your key points. I admire Belle and Mandy's use of proverbs to connect to the moral lesson. And to Andy and Ariel, they emphasize the importance of insurance in our lives. And of course, Irene and Emily, who taught us how to be patient while glowing beautifully. Thank you, class. Now I want to clap for yourself for a job well done. Okay? Follow me. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so one more time, okay? Let's do it all together. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Okay. So thank you, students. Is there any questions, clarifications? Alright, so that's all for today. Thank you for your great job. You've done very well. Don't forget your assignment for tomorrow. Okay, thank you and goodbye.